Hey everybody, good afternoon. So you've been seeing us come on live a lot, both Ricky and I and other members of our team at Elevated Academy. And we've been speaking a lot about the title of my video here, speaking your truth and self-expression, and how important that is to really feel like you're living your purpose here on this planet that we call Earth. So I wanted to speak a little bit to the embodiment of that practice. What does it actually feel like, and how will you know that you're speaking your truth? Because it is certainly a feeling. And to do that, I want to share a little bit of a personal story with you about how I kind of tapped into this realization. I mean, it's something that we already know, but tapping into it and actually feeling it in my own body was a different experience the other day. So, rewind to Tuesday. I had my regular scheduled session with my coach on Tuesday. And my coach, guys, is an amazing woman. She's very powerful. And she doesn't take any of my horseshit. The horseshit I mean by I come to the call and I'm full of self-doubt. Are we doing the right thing? Is this going to work? Am I saying the right? Blah, blah, blah. And she looks at me and she's like, she actually talked to me and said, okay, you know, entrepreneurship is all of this is like running a marathon. You're going to have to sacrifice, to practice, to train in order to be able to accomplish the goal, which is running the marathon. So let's just pretend you're actually doing everything okay, because you're doing that right now. So let's put that to the side. What would be fun for you to speak about? What would be fun for you to create right now? And I had a kind of a blank moment. I was in one of those spaces, I'm sure most of you have been in it, where you're kind of like, it's just a big brain fog. You've got nothing. You kind of feel worn out, pulled in all directions, and you're not really sure what's actually alive for you at that moment. So she gave me a question. It was a great question. She said, what scares you to talk about a little bit? We've talked about this before. What makes you feel a little bit nervous or scared to put out there for people to hear? Or even for yourself to acknowledge? Yeah, Flynn, all the time, total blank, right? So what, and this will be great for you, Flynn, actually. It's for anyone, really. What makes you excited to talk about? What makes you scared? And it's important to remember that feeling of nervousness and excitement, they come from the same place in terms of our body, where we feel those feelings of nervousness and excitement in the gut. They come from, nervous belly or excited belly, butterflies. It all comes from the same place. We just choose what we're going to paint that picture with. Are we nervous or are we excited? So she asked me that question. What scares you a little bit to talk about, even to hear your own self talk about, even to share with other people? What scares you? But what do you love? You love it too. And so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, she gave me that clue. We've talked about it before. And I was like, okay. For me, it's even scary to say it to you guys right now. It's about faith. It's about having faith in yourself. It's about having faith in the universe. Not only that, but then health, combining the piece of it with health. And that's predominantly what I like to focus on when I work with clients is the health piece. Taking responsibility for your own health and the way that you think about your own health. And so I was sharing with her, to give a little bit more context, I had also the Tuesday previous to that went and actually delivered a talk to this self-help group that I actually joined when I first moved home 3 years ago from Vancouver. This was fresh from my diagnosis with multiple sclerosis, and I was seeking some support, some help. And so I joined this group. Flash forward 3 years ago, to now, I had kind of distanced myself from the group because I realized that there was a significant victim mentality going on in that group. And I was not going to get any better. I was not going to live symptom-free if I stayed in that spot. So 2.5, 3 years later, I went back in that room and all of a sudden there's 20 people in front of me. It was like 5 when I first did it. So all of a sudden I've got this big room in front of me. That was what I was expecting. And I spoke from my heart about what it means to take responsibility for your health, to take responsibility for the way you're thinking about your health, to understand what's actually happening, whether it's a chronic illness, whether it's any piece or existence of mental illness, whatever's happening for you. I talked about self-acceptance. I talked about self-care and what that actually means, not just manicures and pedicures and, you know, taking time off. I mean, yes, that is all important, but there's more to it than that. So I spoke deeply from my heart. And I want you guys to notice what's happening to my voice right now, because this is the point of what I want to share with you. When we speak from our hearts, when we speak with authenticity about something that fires us up, that we are so passionate about, your body will know. Your body will change. I'm using my hands. I've got energy. My tone of my voice goes up. My throat clears. I can see clearer. I wake up. I am present to what I'm feeling, to what is happening inside my body, and it is just coming out because I care so much about this, and this is something that is true for me. And I know because it's true for me and I have felt the benefits and how it's changed people. Yeah, you know, like Flynn said, helped people. I know that this has helped people because it's helped me. And I know that I can help people with it and have helped people with it. I shared a story with that group about my very first client ever. It was a woman. God bless her. She's amazing. If she watches this video, she might. But she taught me so much. She taught me that no matter what age you are, and no matter what the circumstances, chronic illness or not, she also had multiple sclerosis, that you can achieve anything you want. She self-published her 3rd book that year. She mended all kinds of relationships with her family and started to grow and make friends and grow and blossom in ways that she probably hadn't done in years. So when we change our mindset about something, we can move mountains. So when I say, how will you know that you are speaking your truth and know right to the core? There is something fundamentally different inside of your body when you speak your truth. It changes. It lights you up. You're a little bit scared, but you're going for it. It's like that last 10 minutes in that marathon, like, oh my God, I'm going to fall apart, but look at that end of that accomplished. I've got to go. I'm going. And the amount that you believe in yourself, the conviction, when you are speaking from that place, your whole body reacts. I can feel it right now. I've got chills. My stomach is ready to go. My throat is open. Like I said, my eyes are open. It is moving in a different way. And that's how you will know if you are speaking from that place. You know, you can think of it like, think of when you've gotten really mad at someone. I know it's not really a positive example, but it is a really real one. Think about when maybe someone's accused you of something that you didn't actually do. And you know the truth, and you are standing up for yourself. You are standing in your conviction. That is not what happened. Here is what happened. That's what I'm talking about. That energy where you know your truth 100%. That's what I'm speaking about. So if you can tap into that in your life and live from that place all the time, that shit is magical. Magical, magical, magical. And it's actually really helpful when you make decisions, because if you've got that vibration, that feeling when you're considering something or you're making a decision, you're speaking about option A versus option B. Option A, you're like, "Ooh, all right, I feel good." Like that, I can speak from that about that thing from a place that's entirely different than option B. That lets you know right there, that's your decision. When we can tap into our body and start listening to it, that is where the magic happens. So guys, if that's something that you want to start exploring and understanding how to start doing that, check the link below. I'm going to put it in the comment section for our Miracle Mastery sessions. In these sessions, we do a lot of this work. we work to pull that out of you. Sometimes it's really difficult to do it on your own, to actually pull that essence out. And you need to be challenged. Just like I was with my coach when she pushed me. I was sitting there with my blank state and she was like, come on, Julia, like, what is it? You've told me this before. Let's go. Let's pull it out. Just like that, mean personal trainer who's yelling at you to keep going across, or your own mental place where you're running to get across that finish line, 10 minutes left, keep going, keep going, keep going. If that's the kind of accountability that you're ready for and you want to have that push, to have that like, hey, let's do this work, click the link below and apply for a session. You will love it. If that's where you're ready to find out what's going on in there for you and live that magic, please do it. So guys, just to recap, how will you know when you're speaking your truth? When your body reacts, your eyes open, your shoulders come back, your chest lifts, you have air, you have fire inside of you, you have passion inside of you. Your body will tell you when you are speaking your truth. All you have to do is listen. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. We'll talk soon.